as a Committee on World Food Security, you might know that we are a multi-stakeholders committee where we have not only representatives of governments as a member, but also members from the civil society organization, private sector, research and know-how institutions and others. So we're really a multi-stakeholder platform. And we managed to, exactly 2 years ago, to agree upon voluntary guidelines for the governance and tenure to land, fisheries and forestries. And these voluntary guidelines, they are really the standard for several partners, both at country level as well as at international level. Because it's not only a responsibility from the government to have to organize the access of land. It is a necessity, but it has to be done with all the players that are involved, starting from the basis, the farmers who'd like to use the land.
All right, so do you see it as the most important action to take to improve good governance and land management?
Well, it's of extreme importance, because if you are a farmer and you're not secure about access tenure to your land for the next 2 months, why should you invest in next harvest? If you are not secure of tenure to your land for next year, why should you invest in improved soils and improve water management? So tenure on the longer term and guaranteed tenure is of extreme importance for food production, for farmers, for sustainable agriculture, and in the end also for rural economy and climate change.
Another time, there is another document that you refused to sign. I was reading that yesterday. Principles for Responsible Agriculture and Investment.
We are negotiating on this. The two of them are very closely related. Voluntary guidelines on governance and tenure, as well as responsible agriculture investments. Right now we are in the negotiations about it.
Missing in this document?
Well, the missing link is that it was not multi-stakeholders. I mean, I think the World Bank had the principles, Global Compact, the private sector organization from the UN has its own principles, but what we really need is consensus making between multi-stakeholders. If we can do it at a global level, they all will communicate it to the regional level, country level, but also at grassroots level. And if people from different angles meet at grassroots level and they agree upon what are the guidelines that we use, because they have agreed upon it in Rome at global level, then it's the start of the implementation is much easier. And I'm very strongly in favor, with the Committee on World Food Security, to not only negotiate and to make consensus, but also to make it happen in practice. It should be applicable and it should be made implementable.
With all stakeholders involved?
With all stakeholders involved.